We want our children and grandchildren to enjoy the same prosperity and freedom we've had. That makes life good. Well, freedom, John McManus, the president of John Birch Society, likes to say that the less government there is, the more freedom there is. The more government there is, the less freedom. To a point, we're not anarchists. We don't believe in no government. But there's a relationship there. It's like, think of Nazi Germany, lots of government and little freedom, Or think of Mao Zedong with lots of government and little freedom. Or think of Joseph Stalin, or Pol Pot in Cambodia, or Fidel Castro in Cuba. And then think of America, when we started with very little government and lots of freedom. Very little government. And the whole world knew what? That Americans were free and prosperous. Because we didn't have government telling us what to do all the time. And that's what we're known for. That's what the John Birch Society is known for. So what makes this society important? We do things political parties can do or don't do. We're telling truths. We're telling stories that others can't see. When we started talking about sustainable development in 1992, most Americans had never heard about it. But we helped them know what it is and why they should resist the UN's Sustainable Development Programs. Right now, we're telling everybody about the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, TTIP. Well, nobody else has really been talking about this, but we've been screaming it from the rooftops lately, and we're going to scream about it a lot more. And also the Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, which is supposed to be brought into fruition this year. What is it? Well, it's like NAFTA again, only it's in the Pacific. We loved NAFTA, how we lost our jobs, and they built supranational tribunals that can overrule the Supreme Court. And, it's been really great for us. But this time they want to get us into a partnership like that with China and 9 other countries like Indonesia and other countries in the Pacific this year. Well, when you have an economic union like that, economic union leads to political union. That's the idea. On the other side is the transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership. Now this one's been being promoted by the Transatlantic Policy Network, TPN. So you can go online and look them up, tpnonline.org, tpnonline.org. And if you will look them up, you'll be amazed who's the members. You go to their membership roster and find out. You'll find 6 U.S. senators, about 48 U.S. representatives, a whole bunch of EU parliamentarians, and a bunch of CEOs of multinational corporations have been meeting in secret together to plan the merger of the United States with the European Union in this big trade integration. But the trade leads to a whole bunch of other things that have nothing to do with trade. Policies on the environment, policies on military arrangements, and all kinds of other things are going to be part of this partnership with the European Union. Well, I for one don't want to partner with the European Union. And the European Union was brought about by a series of lies and deceptions. There's a book called The Great Deception that you can read on that, written by 2 men that were insiders in the European Union. Every July 4th we celebrate Independence Day because we gained our independence from Europe, from European rule. We became an independent set of 13 little nation states that were federated together to protect each other. And we celebrate that. But if this is passed, we can quit celebrating that. We can quit celebrating. We won't be independent anymore. We'll get to have a lot of Europeans helping make our rules in Brussels, same way that they do in London now.
Oh, God.
And do we want that? And that is a stepping stone, ladies and gentlemen. Integrate us with Mexico and Canada to a North American Union. NAFTA is the first step in that. It's an economic union. And then we move into political union with a parliament for the 3, ultimately. There were admissions of that by the president of Mexico, that was the aim. Okay, integrate us with the European Union, integrate us with the Pacific nations, and pretty soon you have no independence left. Pretty soon you've turned over your sovereignty to these supranational governmental organizations to decide what laws will be governing the people of the United States and all those other countries. And then once you have those organized, and you have an African Union and an Asian Union, then you can just bring all that together into a global union under the United Nations. And really, if you read the book 1984, you can just see that plan laid out in the old book 1984 by George Orwell. Well, what have we accomplished as an organization, the John Birch Society?